You've built more stables, you've got more horses. You must be really looking forward to the start of the season.
Yeah, I am. I think we've now got a string. This would be as big as I would want to be, with 11 horses for pointing this season. And yes, with Katie Bennett helping me, I can't. We are really looking forward to this season. We've got a good string of maidens, and yeah, we've got everything to look forward to.
Teresa, we'll jump straight into the string, and we'll get to the maidens in good time, but one horse we must discuss first and foremost is Barfix Scano himself. He's now an open horse. He's been such a good horse for you. Those black and orange check colours have become relatively famous in the Wessex area. Just tell us, how has he summered and what are his plans going forward for this forthcoming season?
Well, he's summered very well. He's now back in. I sort of think in open class it could be quite difficult for him. So what I've decided to do is qualify with 2 hunts this year, so that he's got 2 members races, one of which will be at Holnicott, which is obviously a course that he loves, and one will be at Coffelston, where obviously he won the members last year. So that's sort of, I've got 2 members races as a sort of a target for him, and then I think we'll have to pick and choose with our opens.
And a horse that we haven't seen for a little while is Ballyhanrahan. He picked up a little bit of an injury back in January of this year. He is currently in restricted status, but I know he's a horse that you think a lot of.
Yeah, I do, definitely. Peter and Kathy gave him the time off, and has given me another chance to train him this season, which I'm so pleased to have. He was second to Desert Queen. I feel that he really could be something. We just need a bit of luck with this injury, hope that we can put that behind us.
And another horse, Teresa, that's been absent from games since around about the same time, February of this year, is Takamaru, who I think you were telling me earlier on suffered a rather severe injury. Just tell us a little bit about that. We've seen him this morning out in the field. He seems to have overcome the worst of that, and you must be looking forward to getting him back on the track as well.
Yeah, no, I actually thought we were going to lose the horse. I think luckily for us, one of the owners is Phil Brown, who's a vet who helped us through it. It was touch and go. He did that on February the 28th at Ottery, and I thought we were going to lose him. It's been a long haul back, but he's an intermediate horse, and having won his restricted very well at Weybridge last year, we're sort of looking forward to his comeback this season.
And another horse that picked up a little niggle, well, you could argue he's a somewhat frustrating horse, is the 14th placed maiden Grey Dream. We had a look at him this morning. He looks lovely, big and burly, looks to have summered very well. And I know your partner Jeremy has a very soft spot for Grey Dream.
Yeah, now Grey Dream, you see, I find him a little frustrating with the 14 placed maiden runs, but to be fair to the horse, there is a maiden in that horse somewhere. We've just got to find it. He's definitely come back from his injury well, and I just got to have him at peak fitness. And hopefully there will be a maiden and certainly a restricted, I think, in him.
Well, Grey Dream then, with plenty to look forward to with him. Hopefully he can break that run of maiden placings. Talking of maidens, and we've pinpointed 3 interesting ones from the yard. We're going to start with our Chief, who was an ex-David Pipe trained horse, running those very famous David Johnson colours. He's only had 8 runs, I think it is, under rules, and he has shown promise. He's now joined you from Pond House, the same stable that you got Barfix Scano from, and he looks a very nice horse to go to war with.
Yeah, to be honest, David Pipe has sold us a few pointers. They've all, bar Grey Dream, who obviously has done very well by being placed 14 times, they've all won races for me. So I have a lot to thank that they have let us buy these ones. Now our Chief I'm quite excited about. I think that there's enough promise in his national hunt runs to think that we can have a good time pointing in the local area, and that's what the owners want out of it.
And with that, obviously the local support for pointing has always been so strong down here, and that's something that you seem to pride yourself on in your stable, is the fact you've got a lot of local owners. You race obviously very locally, and with that success locally, it obviously brings a lot of pleasure to a lot of people involved in the yard.
Yeah, a lot of my owners are local, and that's the whole plan, is that you can go to your local meetings and have some fun.